You may be surprised to know that the penis is just an external clitoris, and the clitoris is just an internal penis. This is probably the most important anatomical information that you need to have sex, because many people make the mistake of thinking that the clitoris is the tiny button or the glans, the most sensitive part, which is actually the equivalent of the frenulum on a man. Not even the head, but just the frenulum. You might have to look all this up. So the biggest mistake men make is thinking the clitoris is only the glans and ignoring the whole rest of the erectile tissue, which would be like me only stroking or licking your frenulum, the tiny piece of skin on the underside of your penis near the head, and never touching the head, never touching the shaft, never touching the balls. Do you understand? And to me as a woman, I have to tell you, it is so annoying and so off-putting when men don't know this, because they're going right to the most sensitive part. Men who are not circumcised generally do not like when you pull their foreskin back and just play with the head, because it's so sensitive. And that's the glands of the clitoris. It's the same way, extremely sensitive. So when men make a beeline for it, it's a huge mistake. So men and women have the same amount of erectile tissue. Okay, the penis is a clitoris that's on the outside, and the clitoris is a penis that's internal, under the labia. So you can rub it when you press on the labia. Women also have a vagina, which is a whole separate story that I don't even want to get into here. But right now I'm just speaking about the erectile tissue. And I just want people to be aware that women have as much erectile tissue as a man. And just like a man's penis can be 3 inches or 4 inches or 6 inches or 10 inches, a woman's erectile tissue, I assume, is of various lengths and widths and depths, but we can't see it. It's internal. Because it's internal, it requires a different amount of touch, a different amount of stimulation. It responds differently. The penis, because it's external, is just so happy to be touched all the time. But a woman's internal erectile structure requires a lot more warm-up. And I really wish we would use the same term. Like, I think we need a term like erectile tissue that really, really drives home the point that we have equal amounts of erectile tissue. Because it's really unfair to women when men have the false belief that our erectile tissue is just this tiny little thing. It's not. It's huge. You might want to Google clitoris, if you don't believe me, and look at an anatomical diagram. And you will see that the clitoris consists of the clitoral legs, the vestibular bulbs, and the glands. The only part that you can see is the glands. 99% of the clitoris is internal, and I don't mean like up in our body cavity. I mean just underneath the labia. So if you put your hand under a woman between her legs and press, you will feel the clitoris all the way from front to back, 4, 5, 6 inches, all the way up. This is the most important piece of anatomical advice that you will need. And ladies, you have to teach your men not to attack the glands, because it feels like an attack, because they don't know. That's why I'm making this video, to teach you. Again, don't believe me, just Google clitoris, vestibular bulbs, clitoral legs, and you will see. This is what mom should have told you and didn't, and what they didn't teach you in school. Thank you for watching my video.